This is what college football looks like, and it's the same everywhere. Good times eating, drinking, and we all sort of pretend like we know what the hell's gonna happen. So even though I'm in New York and not on campus, all season long, I'm eating, drinking, and figuring out what the hell's gonna happen in the games of the week. This is Easy Call. I'm at Van Horn in Brooklyn for some beautiful Southern food. So let's eat, drink, let's figure out some college football. It is now time to talk SEC. Could not be joined by better people to do so. Jason Kirk, Spencer Hall. We're gonna get some spicy deviled egg sandwiches in here because you can't talk SEC on an empty stomach. I wouldn't do that to you. You're good, wrong. You're good no, people. Sir. You got Pilsner and a Porter. People are doing it right here. All right, we're gonna get into these in a second, but first, what is the big story, Jason, to you as you look at the SEC's 2014 season?
SEC defense is back, baby. Yeah. All the quarterbacks are gone. Get all that nonsense out of the conference. Scoring is going to be down with so many marquee offensive skill players leaving, which means everything can return to its rightful order.
Yes.
And points can go blissfully unscored.
Spencer, your big picture story.
The big picture story here is that it's a crucial year for a lot of people in terms of their jobs, in terms of coaching. I think you're going to see a number of people sweat it out and come very close to losing their jobs in November. Will Muschamp, for one, at Florida. This is a crucial year for him. I think it's a crucial year for Kevin Sumlin and keeping the ship going in A&M. Because remember, in Texas, no job is safe.
Nope.
And it's a big year for improvement out of Brett Bielema, who really could, if there's not significant improvement in year two, he could be gone.
Big old buyout, Dan Mullen. Certainly, there's pressure on him now after establishing a level of success in Starkville. A level. I don't know what that level is.
Remember, in the SEC, even Starkville has expectations.
Yes. All right. And so it appears the hierarchy of the conference, it appears the elite is sort of centered within the state of Alabama at the moment. The momentum is there. They've been to however many national championships in a row. Any reason to not believe this? Any reason to believe somebody's challenging that? We'll start with you, Spencer, actually.
No. For the moment, that's clearly the class of the conference.
Okay.
And that's not just in terms of talent on roster.
Right.
That's in terms of their overall organization, facilities, money going in, institutional commitment. Like, there's really no reason to believe that Alabama or Auburn at any point as institutions are not football first and then school second, right, in terms of their priorities.
Praise God.
Praise God. Kirk, top of the mountain for you?
I think you can make a case that maybe Georgia, LSU, South Carolina could make a push. But as far as the best bet on a single game to define the season for the SEC, it's still the Iron Bowl. I mean, unless we think that Lane Kiffin is going to come in and ruin Alabama's offense.
And entirely possible.
And somehow it's defense too, because that's what actually matters more.
Okay.
Auburn, I think, they could be a better team with a slightly worse record.
Sure.
That's on the table, but the two safest bets in the SEC, without doubt, playing the same state.
So who's taking a tumble then? Who do you feel like near the top could be taking a step back?
Not to pick on the new guys, but I would go Missouri.
That's fair.
A season that felt a little bit out of nowhere. They haven't been recruiting at a SEC level.
Right.
Still recruiting at a Big 12 level.
Big losses on defense.
Big losses. Lost, their best pass rusher, their other best pass rusher, the top-rated recruit in school history, a long-time starting quarterback. Matty Mock looks like he could be a good answer at quarterback. Gary Pinkel's an excellent coach. They still have talent on both sides of the ball, but most of the East is improving. Pretty much everybody except Vanderbilt, is taking a step forward. South Carolina had their number last year, and they have to go to South Carolina this year.
That's tough.
Yeah, Mizzou's taking a little bit of a step back.
Your step back team?
My step back team is going to be A&M, who's going to continue that regression. Nobody really saw him coming in Manziel's first year. In 2013. Defensively, they can't keep up in a lot of games. And now they're going to lose a lot of the offensive power that got them over the top in games.
Evans,
Yeah, Manziel and Evans, losing Jake Matthews at left tackle. But at the same time, too, that's a brutal schedule. They open at South Carolina. They're playing in the SEC West. It's a nasty draw overall for A&M.
Bad division to get worse in.
It's a real bad division to get worse in.
Okay, so who's getting better? Let's be more optimistic. Who do you feel like makes a move up that mountain?
I think the team that can actually make improvement over what their current sort of acceptable level of achievement is Mississippi State. I mean, seriously, their schedule's it's favorable. Okay, they picked a good time to beat up on Arkansas. Okay, so that's an automatic win. The schedule's real favorable. Auburn comes to them. If they can upset Auburn, okay, there's really two obvious losses on the schedule, and that's it. Theoretically, they could go 10-2. That's going to sound real silly when they don't in 7 months, but know that right now it is entirely possible.
April champs. All right, who gets better quickly in the SEC for you?
I'm going to go with, just for you, I'm going to go with Florida.
Nice. It's actually the right answer.
I almost don't want that to happen.
I mean, you look at the injuries cannot be as bad as they were last year on the offensive line and on defense. Jeff Driscoll is moving into an offense that is kind of custom built for him. Kurt Roper has shown that.
Muschamp probably hands off the offense for the first time.
Ideally, that would be awesome.
Yes.
If he would make that decision. The schedule's not too tough. Been recruiting at a top 10 level for 3 straight years. Talent on both sides of the ball. Biggest loss is probably Dominique Easley, who was hurt for half of the last season anyway. Florida's kind of an easy pick just because the regression, the bounce back is just, it's hard to avoid.
Yep, fair enough.
I don't want to say impossible because...
No,
I'm going to cut you off because it's impossible to talk about SEC football without eating. So I want to get into these spicy deviled egg sandwiches. Holy hell. Oh my God. I feel so good about this. Oh yeah. I feel good. I feel very good. Napkins, really?
It's a good sandwich when you get it on your nose.
So you've got it's pretty straightforward. I like deviled eggs. I like greens. It's a good bun. It's, you know, it's the sort of beauty of simplicity.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're talking about the SEC here, so I feel like this should have hash browns on it. I feel like something should
there should be a fried ingredient.
Something should be fried, but
this is a November sandwich, by the way. You don't want this sitting in your car.
Goes well with like the 10 a.m. beer.
Yeah. Oh, it goes spectacularly well.
It's a beautiful pairing.
11 a.m.
11.
Beer. This is the 11 a.m. beer, and it's dark. Remember, before noon, if it's dark, it's full of vitamins and healthy.
That's SEC football, that's Spencer Hall, that's Jason Kirk. Be sure to check out all previews on SB Nation. Why? Because it's college damn football. Keep drinking.